Good morning, teachers. Today I will be discussing the reading theories with you. And the two reading theories that I will be discussing is the behaviorist approach and the psycholinguistic approach. But before we can begin with the theories, we need to know what a reading pyramid is. So your reading pyramid is exactly what it says. It's a pyramid with the basic foundational rules that reading is about. So your reading, we first start with comprehension at the bottom of the pyramid. That is your physical reading piece. Then we have sentences and phrases. So let's say you are reading a story about a new bicycle, and in the story, let's say little girl says that she loves her new bicycle. That is your sentence. Your word recognition will then be, I know what a bicycle is. I recognize the word bicycle. And then your letters and sound, when you use the word or the letter B, it sounds a B for bicycle. So that is your reading pyramid. So first we have our behaviorist theory. Our behaviorist theory is also known as the bottom-up approach or the phonics teaching. So it's called also phonics teaching because it starts with your letters and your sounds, with all your phonics. So you first learn the letter B, and a B it makes the sound B. Then you go to the word recognition. It's a bicycle. Your sentence, she loves her bicycle. And then you get your comprehension where you physically read the reading piece. And now our second theory is called the psycholinguistic theory. This one is also called the top-down approach or the whole word teaching. Why is it whole word teaching? Because we first start with our comprehension. So we first read our piece, then we break it up into sentences, our word recognition, and our letters and sounds. So, what is the difference between the two? I like to use, when it comes to the behaviorist theory, I like to use, you can go look it up on YouTube, alpha blocks. So this is very nice for the foundation phase. It's little blocks with alphabet letters in it, and they teach you phonics and everything. It's a very, very nice page. You can go and look that up. So the behaviorist theory, like I said, it's the bottom-up approach or phonics teaching. So first, let's start. We're going to learn the word dog. So it starts with a D, but we're not going to learn D. We're going to learn D, O, G. That is why it's called the phonics teaching, because, like I said, with the pyramid, you first start with the letters and the sound. Then you see the word. Okay, I now see the word. This word is dog. Then we go to our sentences. The dog is barking. And then we go to the comprehension. But when we do the psycholinguistic theory, it's a top-down approach or the whole word teaching. We first see, okay, I can now read the piece about a dog. Let's say the piece says, Missy bought a new puppy and the puppy's name is Jack. So then you have your reading piece. Then you go to your sentence recognition. Your sentences, you say, okay, Missy bought a new dog or puppy. What does that mean? And then you go to your word recognition. Okay, I see there's the word dog. I know what a dog is. And then you go to your letters and your sounds. So how will you apply these theories? This is very important to know because you must choose very carefully between the two. So the behaviorist theory, I would use this over a long period of time. Why will I use this over a long period of time? Because it starts at the very beginning. It starts with the sound of letters and it builds up from there. And then you need to break it up for learners because learners at this small age get very bored and very, very quickly and very easily. So use your learners' unconscious thinking. And this is more for a difficult story, a story with words they might not recognize. So what I will do is, how are you going to teach this? So I love this page. It's called K5 Learning. There's different reading materials. You can get maths, worksheets, and everything on this page. It's a very, very nice page. So this new story here, the new bicycle, I got that, and I'll put the link in for you so that you can also go and see the page. So how will you teach this? Let's say you do this over a course of a week. Maybe on a Friday or Thursday you want to read this story for your children, for your learners, the new bicycle. So first you're going to, let's say it's Monday. Before they eat, you tell them, okay, let's sing the alphabet song. That will remind them of the letters and the sounds of the letters. And then maybe on a Tuesday, when you do the words, you can write a word on the board and you can ask your learners, what word is this? Can somebody please, you say you write bicycle on the board, you ask them, can somebody please explain to me what this word means? And the children will raise their hands and they will explain to you. Then sentences. Let's say you do that on a Wednesday. You write this, or you don't even write this. You ask your learners, my friend, but you must make it very interesting for them. You go to them and you ask them, my friend, she told me that she loves her new bicycle, but I don't understand what that means. Can you please explain that to me? And here it's very important because you will see the different types of learners in your class. Because one of the learners will say, well, she got a new bicycle and that's why she loves it because it's new. And another learner might say, well, she loves to ride a bike and that's why she loves a new bicycle. So here is important to look at your own learners' creativity and let them use their own thinking and their own beliefs. And here you will really learn to know your learners. Then you have comprehension. So let's say the Thursday or Friday, you will then read your whole story to your learners and they will understand it better. So now you have the psycholinguistics theory. How will you teach this? Preferably over a shorter time because you start by reading your reading piece first. And this is for less difficult stories. And this will help okay, this is very important. You should help your learners individually because some learners might be shy and fearful. So a big thing amongst younger learners is they're very fearful that they might be made fun of if they don't know the answer or if they're not certain about something. So what I will suggest you do with this is that you go physically to your learners and you ask them if they are struggling with something, because then a shy learner that might not want to have raised their hand in front of the class will tell you, but I don't understand what the word bicycle means. So how are you going to teach this? First, you're going to do your comprehension, you're going to read your piece, and then you're going to break it up into sentences and your words and your letters. Because some of them might completely understand the comprehension, but then there might be a learner that forgot how to say E. And he might not be, or she might not be able to say Emma because they forgot how to say the letter E. So it's very important to make sure you go through every one of these steps and to make sure that your learners understand it and that they're not shy or fearful to ask you when they do not know something. Now the big question is, which theories did you use? Well, I'm here to tell you, don't panic. Here's some helpful tips. It's always important to use a balanced approach. So this is a quote that I got from the conversation. I also put the link in here for you. So phonics should not become the dominant component in a reading program, neither in the amount of time devoted to it nor in the significance attached. It is important to evaluate children's reading competency in many ways. So here's a little picture. Let me just move this for you. I'll put here in for you. It is important to have a balanced approach because life is about balance. You cannot do too much of one and too less of the other. When you I have a very, very perfect description. The balanced approach is like jelly. You have to mix hot water and you have to mix the cold water. If you just mix hot water and the jelly powder, it's gonna taste like a tire. It's gonna be very bad. So you can't just put in hot water, you can't just put in cold water. You need to put in both. That is very important for the balanced approach. For example, if you only do the psycholinguistic approach, your learners might not be able to spell. Because when you use the behaviorist approach, you learn a word, d or g. But when you use the psycholinguistic approach, they see the word, they recognize the word, and they know the word is dog. So when you see that first part, you already know the word is going to be balanced. But some of the learners might not know how to spell balance. So it is very, very important for you as a teacher to have a balanced approach. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope that you have become more rich in knowledge.